Welcome back to Get a Grip on Lighting. On today's show, I have my co-host, Gregory Eric. Hey, Greg, how are you?
Oh, good. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing well. I just want to advise everybody that if you have light bulbs in a warehouse, hey, NailedCon's coming up in a couple weeks. There's still a few seats available, September 22nd and 23rd. And you know who's throwing a big casino night there, Greg Eric?
I do. Does everybody
Ooh,
else?
I don't know if they know it. I think it's the Tuesday night, the main night of the convention. We're going to have like a casino night, and it's brought to you by The Big Easy. That's right. KEYSTONETECH.com, Greg Eric.
And we can talk about all the products that they have and all that, but industry support is
Oh,
very
yeah.
important. And
Yeah.
Keystone does it better than maybe anybody else. Well, a lot of other people are backing out and saying, "Hey, we can't do this. We don't want to do that." Keystone steps up to the plate every time and says, "We're doing it for the better of the lighting industry. We're getting after it." That's why this podcast is around. A big part of it is because of Keystone, and
Yeah.
we appreciate what they do.
Actually, Josh was part of the crew that conceptualized this show, actually, in the beginning.
You're right.
So Josh Brown, who's, I think he's a COO of Keystone, he was part of the crew that came up with this whole, whatever you want to call what this is.
Yep.
Um, Get a grip. But yeah, so go to keystonetech.com. That's KEYSTONETECH.com for the Big Easy. Support the distribution channel, supporting the way lighting should be. Keystone gets it, Greg.
Absolutely. That's why we love them.
If you have light bulbs in a warehouse, NailedCon's coming up. You should register. So, Greg, the DLC's stakeholder input deadline is the 5th of September. I think that's this Friday.
That is a few days from now, yeah, as of this recording. You don't care about that, do you?
I mean, like like in my career as a
Uh,
light bulb salesman,
yeah,
and lighting salesperson, um, I don't really care what they do.
but
Um, when I
you
go out
don't.
and
But I mean,
sell, when I put my
yeah,
hat on to go out and sell, I got to deal with the environment that exists. You
yes,
understand what I mean? I can't change it at the daily level that I work at in the field every day selling lighting to people. I have no control over that.
yeah, no, that's fair, and I think that it's something that's interesting though is that you don't really care, but you kind of do. I mean, the people that are really involved in lighting, you still want to be able to sell, but it does matter. I mean, an organization that came up and disrupted everything in lighting, totally disrupted everything. So I think the average person out there does care, in general. Is like this is something that matters, and but yeah, they have this input deadline. Are they going to take it? Are they going to do anything? Are they going to change anything? Or are they just going to do it for show?
I think they're doing it for money. The when you look at it from the perspective, I'm not in charge of what fixtures the DLC gate holders that control access to rebate programs, the gates
Mhm.
that they get to control and open and close access to that rebate market. That's largely gone in my market. There are a few rebates left out there that are midstream and kind of low, but it doesn't move the needle at all up here. And so now I'm back to giving people the lighting they actually need.
How it should be, right?
Yeah, like instead of being motivated by whether or not one fixture's on a list or isn't on a list or this and that, it's like, okay, this guy just needs this side of this church I was at this morning. They just need a couple little light metal heads with a bulb they can change the light bulb in 10 years.
Hmm.
They don't need anything, no rebate application, and boom, boom. We're getting like smaller jobs, but the DLCs my feedback to them was let us go, man. Like get your hands out of, stop tinkering around with lighting. Like they're tinkering around with lighting in ways, Greg, that have huge unintended consequences on the other side that
Hmm.
they ignore. They just
Sure.
pretend that those consequences don't exist.
Yep. And they keep coming up with new changes, and so there's another round coming up now,
Yeah.
and they want every manufacturer to go ahead and change all their product line again.
Yeah. And not only that, though, but think about the dumb reason this is all being done for. Like, people don't really think this through to the end. The only people that matter to DLC is prescriptive rebate programs at utilities, where the utilities, they don't even have to have the lights above them. These are lights for other people.
Right, right.
And you're like, oh, the only thing that matters is these utilities over here. We have to make sure they're happy. Who cares what utilities think of lighting?
Their job is to sell power, right? I mean,
Yes.
yes. Why don't they focus on that? Stick to
Yeah.
that,
Why
right?
don't you? Yeah. Why don't you stop using the lighting industry as a nail to hit your climate change hammer on all the time?
Yeah,
You know, like just why don't you go back to making electricity again and not interfering vis-a-vis the DLC in the way that lighting is constructed? Because now nobody can change a light bulb anymore, Greg. You can't fix a light fixture anymore.
right. Yeah, and it's getting worse. You
And
know,
who
there's more and
certified
more.
all those light fixtures?
Well, DLC. And who sold them? You and I, and everybody else,
And everybody else.
because we had to. Yeah,
Yeah, we had no choice, and we couldn't think of things from another perspective because all
mhm.
that mattered was, is it on the QPL? Oh, it's not on the QPL. You can't sell it. What do you mean? What are you talking about? I want to sell this guy a 6 lamp T8 highlight output with T8 tubes so he can change bulbs in the future. No, you can't do
Yeah,
that. Not allowed. But the fixture's made in Ontario, in Canada. No, that's not allowed. You need to order the fixture from China, buddy. That's on the QPL list.
right. Throw
And
it away when you're done.
yeah. And like even the size of light fixtures, it's almost as if the QPL was made like I've talked about this before, but like everything now is about maximizing container space from China.
Yeah, yeah. Jam as much as you can into a container.
Yeah, like I don't see any
Smaller.
evidence of improved lighting. Like there might be a lens over something here or a different driver. I don't see it. All I see is light fixtures getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And the smaller the light fixture, the less ability you have to repair it.
That's true. And the less light it provides sometimes too. That's what frustrates me to some degree is there's plenty of applications where a nice 8 foot strip or that 4 foot long makes a lot more sense. But now I'm dealing with an 18-inch guy. You want me to put two of them in
Yeah.
side by side? What do we need to do here? And yeah, so it's continuing to be a problem. But they're open for feedback. You're saying,
Yeah, this my feedback is stop giving the Chinese a leg up over American manufacturers.
and what are they going to do with that feedback?
Oh, they
Uh,
don't listen
uh,
to me. Well, they might listen to Get a Grip on Lighting, actually. They
okay,
might listen. I don't know. I
yeah,
think some of
yeah,
them are on the subscriber list. I see designlights.org on our, so I
sure.
don't look at that. I don't get into that, like who's subscribed, who hasn't subscribed, but we know that a lot of people listen. In fact, I was just saw something come across the Nailed Office and I read it about dark skies in Minnesota. Those
Hmm.
people listen to the Restoring Darkness podcast, bud. For
Sure.
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I can tell by the way they wrote it. Night preservation. That's
Hmm.
straight out of Restoring Darkness, what we're talking about over there. And so you have a situation where I believe that the DLC inadvertently or maybe on purpose. I don't know. I don't know what their goals are or who controls them, but I see a situation where they have transferred lighting technology, um, leading lighting technologies from Western countries like America and Germany that were very strong in lighting, and even Japan, and handed it all off to the Chinese. That was what I see as the end result of DLC. Is that we're more as an industry. After all of these rebate programs and certifications and all this kind of stuff, the industry is totally reliant on Chinese production.
Right. That's fair.
Without
100%
which
accurate.
without which we cannot create electric light in our countries.
Right.
And to me, that you could look at. Remember, we did that podcast called Asymmetric Warfare, and they sent
Hmm.
the DLC sent the lawyer's letter over to Costa at TED Mag or Light TED Mag. Take this
Yeah.
down right away. Look, I was just speculating that if you wanted to destroy the American lighting industry as one of your pillars, like if you're looking at 60 different technological pillars, and they're your enemy, economic enemy. Lighting is one of those pillars that you want to pull out from under the United States, a technological pillar. You want to
Yeah.
take them, make them dependent on you for lighting. And people don't realize that this is very serious. If we can't create electric light in our own country, then that is a major strategic problem for us. If we
Mhm.
ended up in a military situation with the Chinese over an extended period of time, where are you going to get TLEDs?
Not.
I mean, how fast could you ramp up production in the United States? Can you even get LED chips? Do we even have knowledge of the technology?
Yeah, it's all fair questions, and I'd say no, we don't right
And
now.
that transfer, that technology transfer started about 2014.
What else started then?
So you can look at the DLC from different angles.
Mhm.
And, I doubt whether they sit around in their board meetings saying, you know what? We need to stop doing this because we're actually giving a huge advantage to the Chinese over us here in the West in terms of electric lighting. I don't think they
Mhm.
consider that at all.
No, I would say that's fair, and it's kind of proven at this point.
Yeah,
It's
it's
all
an
coming from there.
observation. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you're going to provide this feedback? You're going to write it up, or you're just going to send them this?
Well, I don't provide feedback to DLC. That
Yeah.
would have to come from Matt Honson, Devin Wall, people at the Nailed Office that have been working on this issue for 4 years now with our
Hmm.
DLC committee. We used to call it the Accreditation Agency Advisory Committee, but apparently DLC is not an agency. Okay, apparently that's a technical term. So they're a 501c3. That's the whole other thing. Like, this is a charity. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's time to take a step back from all the charitable work and start saying, hey, maybe our charity isn't so doing good anymore.
A
Maybe we should,
charity.
yeah, maybe the charitable work, we've done enough charitable work for the lighting
Yeah.
industry. These poor schmucks in lighting needed our guidance. These schmucks. They were we had pity on them, so we had charity for them, and we gave them free lists so they could all get rich selling our light fixture certification to everybody. Okay, thanks. But I don't think it was a great idea looking
No,
back.
not there. Yep. I think it's at this point known, and but it's continuing on, and that's the frustrating part. Is that you're still in charge somehow.
And they only have one person they serve, which is the utilities. Right? I don't even
Right.
know if the utilities even know what's going on. Like if somebody went to them and said, "Hey guys, you realize that nobody can change a light bulb anymore. We have light pollution going up at 10% a year, and we've transferred all our technology to the Chinese. Have you guys done enough work for us already? Can you let us just do our own thing now for a bit?"
Yep.
Like I would say that if the committee came to me and they said, "What would you say?" I would say stabilization. Just stop. Don't delete anything, but just give us some time to relax for a bit.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah, I don't know what more they can change and why they think they need to change it again. Um, I don't know what a significant development would be. Lumens per watt won't be there. What is it going to be? I mean, maybe a little bit of lumens per watt, but let's not change it by a minuscule measure just to change it.
What person that knows anything about lighting is concerned about lumens per watt in 2025, Greg?
Yeah, at this point, it's a moot point, right? We have great lumens per watt already
Yeah,
with LED.
yeah. Like
Let's stop messing with that.
you're really scratching at the bottom of the barrel. And who
Hmm.
knows if a T8 tube that meets these lumens per watt is as good. Maybe there's a lumens per watt target that's actually the best. Maybe going too high is bad. Maybe we need to go back a little bit. Maybe that's better and it doesn't heat up as much and you're not driving things as hard and you can turn it off and
And
on better. And maybe there's other things that we kind of need to work out and we need more time and then we'll let you know if we need a new certification.
that's fair.
And maybe we could reestablish, give our American and Canadian manufacturers. I know they got the tariffs now, but whatever. We can set that issue. That's a new issue. That's another issue. But
Mhm.
maybe we could just start making light fixtures in Canada and the United States again. and supply ourselves our own LEDs.
I'm with you. Let's do it. Starting now.
Go to KeystoneTech.com, the big easy. That's right. They keep it easy. They're just like us. They have to ride it out. They're not in control of everything, but they have all sorts of great products at Keystone, and they're a really innovative company. You go to KEYSTONETECH.com for the big easy. Love those guys. And also, hey, you got light bulbs in a warehouse, buddy? You got to join Nailed. Like, this is where it's at. I mean, maybe you have a membership in another association. Keep that too. We're not against those guys. They're on our team. It's not not competitive between Nailed and the other lighting associations. We love those guys. But Nailed is for people that have light bulbs in a warehouse and sell them. That's you. If that's you, stick your application in. Come to our convention. It's in a couple weeks now, Greg. It's coming up. It's less than 20 days
Yeah.
away.
Got to get moving if you're coming. Let's go.
Let's go. Get registered. Go to nailed.org/something. Go to nailed.org. You click around. You'll find it there. You can register up there. And thank you for listening. Bye for now.